Miss Transformers 96 here with another review. This time it is of the Pacific Rim NECA Jaeger Cherno Alpha. So here you go. So here's the packaging. Overall very cool. Got a nice little picture of Cherno Alpha, Jaeger. You got the nice background. Picture of the figure, Coyote Tango, the other Jaeger in this wave, and the two other Kaiju in this wave. I got them all. I've reviewed these two, and I don't know if I've posted his review yet, but if I haven't, I'll be posting it soon. So yeah, so I picked this up at Toy Anxiety, and very happy that I did because these are some great figures, especially this one. So yeah, so as you can see, got him in a little pose here, but let me just straighten him completely out. So this is my favorite Jaeger from the movie. Before the movie came out, I was really looking forward to seeing this guy. I just liked his look. He looked very simple, but at the same time quite cool. And I've always just kind of liked that about him. So yeah. So moving up, let's go over the paint first. Overall, here you go. He's got a very light green, almost like an olive green, but a little bit shiny and metallic finish on there. Looks really nice. As you can see, you've got some of his facts right here on the like a turbine type of thing, and on the top of his head, you also have some more writing. Let's see. It says Cherno Alpha. I can't even read what's under that. I can't even see if it says anything, but yeah, and you get a little symbol. Very cool. Really do like the little detailing on it, and then the kind of black band that goes around. I love how it's like worn out and faded and stuff. It's got a very realistic look, which I think is just great. As you can see, more of the writing and everything. Very cool. Really do love that. We go down, you get this kind of like, I don't know what this is. I think that's like where they're controlling them from. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that this does like move, and I think it's also got lights on it and everything. Overall, that's very cool. He's got the whole bucket head going on. And you come down, he's got a very brute type of exterior with the kind of larger torso here. He's got some I don't know what you call these, just some details, some like turbines and stuff, which look good. Get some more of his symbols on here. So you can see that. There you go, Cherno Alpha, it says it there again. These are all very small, and it's really nice to see all that good detail. I like the hands. They're really just like made for punching, which is pretty neat. And then the legs, how the thighs are off quite far to the side and then go down. Really do like the simple yet you know, his design is simple, but it also gives you a lot of attitude. It totally just tells you what this character is all about just by looking at him, which is really neat, and I definitely like that a lot. Going over articulation here, it is really quite fantastic. He's got ball jointed. Well, it's a ball joint at two places, at the body and then at the arm. There's two different ball joints, which is really nice. He's got hinge elbows, swivel at the elbow, and then he does have that kind of punching action, that extending of this hand. Apparently there is a hinge on these fingers. I've never used it though, because I've heard that they can break, and I just never needed him to have his hands open. I just the fists always seem to work perfect, so I really don't need anything to change with that. He's got a ball jointed kind of like waist or upper torso, but it's kind of like a lower torso ball joint. He's got ball jointed hips, and then double hinge knees, which is really nice, and then a ball joint at 2 points at the ankle. Overall, articulation is quite fantastic. I really can't say anything better about articulation. And NECA, you know, their articulation is always just pretty good. It's never great, and it's never just absolutely terrible, or well, most of the time it's not absolutely terrible. It's just most of the time okay. And this is some really great articulation. I love these thigh joints. You can get them like way up here. I mean, look at that. That's so cool. I wish that some of the other like figures, like regular figures, would be able to do this, to have the thighs be able to come up this far, because you can get a lot of just crazy, insane poses out of them. I mean, look at how much you can like compact him because of how far his joints move and everything. It's so cool. I really do love that. He's got so much articulation, and what's nice is he doesn't just have the right joints, but the joints are not hindered. They can really move quite freely, and really don't have many, if at all, limitations, which is really quite great, and I really just absolutely love that. This, in my opinion, is a gem of a figure. My complaints about it, nothing. I really can't say I dislike anything about him in particular. You know, before I did this review and I was just thinking about kind of stuff I was going to talk about, I was thinking, you know, well, I wish that he had a swivel at the elbow here, because I would have liked these wrists to kind of swivel. And then I found out that he actually had it. I didn't know that he had the swivel for a while. So then I was like, well, my only complaint, you know, has been fixed. So I have no idea what to complain about with this guy. His joints are tight too. They're not weak. They're not going to fall down. I mean, the only thing that I've heard of and not personally experienced is that the hinge on the fingers being able to pop out, and that's the only thing that I've heard of that's bad. So, but it's not been bad on my figure. So I really just don't know what to say about what I dislike about this guy. I think that he's perfect. I think that NECA did everything right, and I really have nothing better to say about this figure. He's absolutely perfect. I really do not know what to say that I dislike about him. The only reason not to get him, or to say that he's not worth it, is if you don't like the character. The character is how you're going to decide it, because if you just want a great figure, then buy this one. If you're really trying to pick and choose, and you're worried about this figure, don't be worried about the figure, because the figure is fantastic. So just say, do I like the character? Because if you don't like the character, then obviously there's no need to get it. But if you do kind of like the character, then this is just such a great figure that why not get this figure, because it's perfect. I have nothing bad to say about it. I'd be pretty surprised if this doesn't make it in my top 10 favorite toys of 2014, because I see no flaws in him really whatsoever. I really have tried to think about some flaws. I really have nothing to say. Like you saw in the beginning of this video, I had him in that Iron Man stance, where he's got one knee on the ground, one leg up, punching the floor. I mean, I don't even have an Iron Man figure that can pull that off, let alone just a Pacific Rim NECA figure, because NECA is known for slightly less articulation than you know, some of the other companies. So it's really quite impressive. I really have nothing bad to say about him. It's a fantastic figure, like I've said. Let's just give you some size comparisons. Alright, so here you can see Cherno Alpha with the rest of the Jaegers. You've got Striker Eureka to his left, and then you've got Gypsy Danger and the Crimson Typhoon to his right. As you can see, he's really quite tall. I mean, he's the tallest of all of them, and then he's got a lot of bulk on him too. So it's not like he's a great figure, but you know, he's kind of lacking on the size or something. He is a big figure, and he is just fantastic. Definitely better than all of these guys, and these guys are some really great figures. Really do love Cherno Alpha. Like I've been saying this entire review, I do not have a complaint about him. I cannot say anything that I really dislike or that I wish was fixed. I mean, the only thing I could possibly think of saying is it would have been awesome if he had some lights, but that's just ridiculous. So, you know, that's not a complaint. So overall, I mean, just an absolute beautiful figure, and I'm really interested in the 18-inch Cherno Alpha, which they will be doing, and I might have to pick that up, because I really do love these Jaegers, and this is my favorite Jaeger, and considering how great this figure is, you know, I bet the 18-inch one is, you know, just as good and much better too. So overall, a really fantastic figure. No excuse not to get it unless you don't collect the Pacific Rim toy line. Overall, really fantastic. It is quite sought after though, so definitely try to snag one up as soon as you can. So there you go. So that's my review of the Pacific Rim NECA Jaeger Cherno Alpha. Thank you so much for watching.